So, today I got this little postcard in the mail about Ohio's Issue 1, and it is buck wild, so I just thought I'd talk to you a little bit about it. Now, if you haven't heard of Issue 1, and the reason that it's happening in this little by-election that nobody was planning on, except for the people who initiated this in the legislature, is so that people would not actually notice. Issue 1 is a ballot initiative initiated by the far right in the Ohio State Assembly to eliminate majority rule in ballot initiatives. The idea is that it would no longer be sufficient to get 51% on the vote, and it would make it virtually impossible to get enough signatures to even initiate it, because rather than having a certain total statewide, it is a certain total per county. And they're doing that because they know that statewide, things like abortion rights and LGBT rights would win because most people are on side with those things. But if they require every single county to provide a certain number of signatures, they can block anything. So that's what this postcard is about. And yeah. I'm just going to read it aloud to you. Radical liberal special interest groups are trying to hijack Ohio's Constitution to impose radical trans ideology in our schools. Let's just stop right here. First of all, what the hell does that even mean? See, what they've done here is they got little scare quotes on there. They got the scare quotes on there because it's supposed to be scary that schools might acknowledge that trans people exist, because then maybe trans kids might actually live to be trans adults, and they don't want that. So they want to be able to unilaterally ban schools acknowledging that trans people exist. And just to bring that home, they've got a picture of a drag performer on here that just to scare the shit out of people who really clearly do not have enough real things to be afraid of. But no. But I digress. Let's continue on. Sex change operations for kids without any parental involvement. Okay, leaving aside the fact that I don't think most parents are qualified to be involved in performing any kind of surgery, actually. This is literally not a thing. This is literally not a thing. There is no such thing as sex reassignment surgery on children, except for intersex kids, non-consensually. And what's interesting is that these people, they're okay with that. If you look at the anti-trans laws, the trans extermination laws that have been passed in so many states, they specifically say that it should still be legal to non-consensually mutilate the genitals of intersex infants, because they care about the children, you see. And okay, but we digress once again. But the point is, literally nobody's trying to give surgery to trans kids, any kind of it. That doesn't happen. But okay. Abortion on demand, even in the 40th week of a pregnancy. Okay. Which, if somebody... First of all, again, we're in the category of things that actually don't happen. When somebody is having an abortion in the third trimester, something that is almost unheard of, except in scare campaigns like this, initiated by just professional misogynists, it is virtually always because the fetus won't survive, the fetus is already dead, or the patient will die in childbirth unless the abortion is provided. That's literally, nobody is actually getting abortions like on a whim at that point. They've already been through 2 whole trimesters and suddenly they just kind of change their mind. That's just bullshit. Destroy the rights of parents to protect their own children. You see, these are the people who want to take away children take away trans children from their loving families in order to have them tortured by bigots. But they really care about the children, you see. They love the children so much that they don't want trans children to survive at all. But, I mean, what's really remarkable about this, so all these things are lies in and of themselves, but there's this whole, it's like a lie onion. Because not only are these things all lies in themselves, but the biggest lie is that this is anything to do with Issue 1. Issue 1 doesn't deal with any of this. I mean, to read this, you must think that Issue 1 is initiated by radical liberal special interest groups, whatever those are, to create, and that it says something like trans ideology is mandatory or some bullshit. It doesn't say that. All it says, this was initiated. The reason it says vote yes is because it was initiated by people who know that they will lose if the majority of people in Ohio get to vote on whether abortion rights are protected in this state, whether LGBT rights are protected in this state. They know they've lost this. They know that if they put it to a fair contest in a referendum campaign, they will lose. So they don't want to have any kind of remotely fair referendum campaign. They want to just rig it so that it's basically impossible. And just to make this really galling, the website that it takes you to is called protectwomenohio.com, because the people who are trying to take away abortion rights that the overwhelming majority of women in this state and everywhere else in this country, and the overwhelming majority of people who can get pregnant, which is not coextensive with women, want to have, they're gonna protect women. This is just buck wild. And it's endorsed, of course, by Ohio Right to Life, who are known for, they're just such big feminists over there at Ohio Right to Life. The Ohio Chamber of Commerce, like, the people who, anytime people want to try to get healthcare in this country, they spend billions of dollars to prevent it happening. Yeah, those people definitely have our best interests, and the Farm Bureau. Yeah, I mean, totally the people who I would trust on this issue. So yeah, this is the level of bullshit that the people who are trying to prevent any kind of human rights protections at the state level, now that they're gone at the federal level, will go to in order to confuse people. And it really says everything when you think about it. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of my patrons on Patreon, and if you'd like to become a patron, you'll find information on how to do it in the description and on screen right now. Also, if you enjoy the stream or just this clip, please consider contributing to the crowdfunded translation project, where I am working on the first ever full-length English translation of Alexandra Kollontai's Social Basis of the Female Question. You can find information on how to do that in the description as well, and all of those contributions help cover my expenses while I'm working on this very labor-intensive project. Thank you very much, and have a good day.